Annie Haug has podiumed at all 4 of her Ironman World Championships, but coming off possibly the most up and down season of her career, will she be able to keep that streak going? This is day 4 of previewing the Women's Ironman World Championships. Over this week, I've been previewing the race, starting with breaking down each of my top 5 favourites to take the win. That's Lucy Charles-Barclay, Annie Haug, Kat Matthews, Laura Philipp and Chelsea Sodaro. For me, they're the athletes that have a clear chance to take the win, and I'll be reviewing their season so far, seeing where they fit into the race dynamics and making my predictions. And today, we've got Annie Haug. At the start of the season, there were rumours flying around of ongoing health issues. She was one of the athletes signed to the T100 series, but she missed both Miami and Singapore, citing those health issues. She made a delayed start to the season at Ironman Lanzarote, where she validated her slot for Nice by absolutely dominating a weak field, winning by 45 minutes. She continued to remain absent from the T100 series, missing San Francisco due to the risk of the cold water, and instead she went to Nice and raced in the age group field at 70.3. Now, she put down a solid performance. She even ran a 1:13, even though the course is slightly short, but I'm not sure how she got away with that. One of the most unpredictable race calendars continued, as she was a last-minute addition to Challenge Roth, and she came in and absolutely dominated. She had a great swim, an absurd bike, and one of the craziest runs I think I've ever seen, going 2:38 and outrunning all but one of the men. That is crazy. She went 8:02 to break Daniela Rief's course record that was only set last year, but she picked up an illness after the race that she carried into London. Props to her for still racing, because it could have easily been another DNS, but she knew she needed to get some races under her belt. She swam in the chase pack in the swim, but got dropped on the bike and was a few packs back, and then just didn't have it on the run and ended up coming home in 11th. Breaking that 23 long race streak of podiums that dates back all the way to 2018. I guess she'll just have to start another podium streak in Nice. She's had around 2 months since London to recover from that illness and build up to Nice, but if she's been struggling with ongoing health issues, it may have taken her longer to kick the illness, so we're not sure how her training will have gone in the lead up. We'll have to wait and see. Coming to the race dynamics and starting with the swim, and I've put together how I think the swim packs will play out, and I've got Annie Haug in this second chase pack. Looking back at Kona last year, this is the group she swam in, and they put sort of 2.5 to 3 minutes into Laura Philipp, and looking at her performance in Roth, she put those 2.5 minutes into Laura Philipp. So I think we can assume that her swim over the full distance is similar shape to last year, so I think she'll make this second chase pack. They'll probably lose in the region to 4-5 minutes to Lucy Charles-Barclay, so have a bit of work to do on the bike and run to chase her down. So she's going to be coming out of the water with a strong group of riders. You've got Kat Matthews in there, you've got Lisa Norden, Maya Stage-Nielsen. I don't think she'll be able to follow Kat Matthews, but if she comes out with Sodaro, then maybe they might be able to work together. And depending on how Lisa Norden's riding, they could make a good group. I can't see her outriding Laura Philipp like she did in Challenge Roth. I think Philipp will catch her on the back half of the bike, closing down that 2.5 to 3 minute gap. And then I think Philipp could put time into her over the rest of the bike, and Haug will come into T2 behind Philipp, behind Matthews and behind Charles-Barclay. Now coming to the run, and Annie Haug has somehow taken her run to a whole new level this year. That 2:38 in Roth, where she outrode all but one of the men, outrunning athletes like Leon Chevalier and Rudy von Berg, is just totally crazy. That's why I've got her at the top of that tier 1 on the run. I think she's got to be going sub 2:50, considering she did that in Kona last year. I can't even imagine what time she might run, maybe even sub 2:45. And with a run like that, she's going to be challenging for the podium. Like many of the other athletes, she's coming off a pretty bumpy year so far. She had one of the greatest performances in history at Challenge Roth, but we saw last year how Daniela Rief had a similar caliber of performance and then really struggled at the end of the season in Kona. Will it be the same for Haug in Nice? She picked up that illness and really struggled in London, but you have to assume she's built back that fitness and recovered and is coming to Nice all guns blazing. If she is in good form, then she's one of the clear favourites to take the win. She'll come into T2 with a deficit on Lucy Charles-Barclay and Kat Matthews, but she's the best runner in the field, and she showed that in Roth with that crazy 2:38. I think she'll chase down Lucy Charles-Barclay in the run, but I'm not sure if she'll have enough to chase down Kat Matthews, and I've got her finishing in second. I think she'll have the fastest run of the day and she'll keep that podium streak alive, but I'm not sure if it'll be enough to take the win. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow as we break down my last favourite in this series. See you there.